Guys, this is Angela with Panda Kisses Crafts, and we are going to be making Parker on the Porch's applique key fobs. And this is what they look like. I've made a few, and then a lot of people are having an issue visualizing how to make this. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick video tutorial, but I thought I'd tell you some of the things you will need. You will need fabric, of course. So this in the middle is fabric. So I'm just using woven fabric. I'm going to use this fabric right here. And then you need vinyl. So you can see on here the front is a white vinyl, and then this is fabric, and then you also have an inside vinyl. You can have it the same color. I've been choosing to do different colors. So for this one, I'm going to be making it with white vinyl on the outside. So I have my white vinyl. I have my fabric that I chose, and then I'm going to be putting this blue vinyl on the underneath. So you need 2 vinyls, 1 fabric, and then I'm making the 7x11, so I have my 7x12 hoop with 1 sheet of tearaway. Now, as far as these prong things go, I'm going to make the 1-inch size. There's also the 1.25-inch side that you can choose from. When you buy the Parker on the Porch file, you get both of them, so you can choose what size you want to make. This is the 1-inch. I just was going to show you the 1.25, the difference. This is the bigger one. So it is just quite a bit bigger, but you need different hardware for that. So this hardware is the 1.25 and this is the 1-inch. Now, people keep posting, where do you get it? Where do you get it? You can type in Keyfob hardware on Amazon and find a bunch of links. But also, if you go to the Parker on the Porch website, in this design, if you go to the applique key fob design, if you look down, there is on the right hand side, it shows 1-inch and it's in blue, and it says 1.25 in blue, and it says tool, and that's in blue too. If you click on any of those on the Parker on the Porch website, it brings you to a link of the hardware. So you're going to need hardware, either 1-inch or 1.25. I have both, and that's where I ordered it. I ordered it off of the Parker on the Porch link. And then I actually bought the tool. It wasn't very expensive. And these are really, if you've tried to close these, they're really tough. It's hard metal. It's hard to get them closed. These actually do work, and I will show you how they work in this tutorial. But I thought it was worth the money, so I went ahead and bought it. Again, this tool is linked on the Parker and the Porch website under this design. If you look down, it says tool. If you click that, it brings you to an Amazon link that has this tool. So let's get started. I will meet you back at our machine. Back at my machine. So I have my 7x12 hoop because I'm doing the 7x11 design, and I have 1 sheet of tearaway, and I have the file loaded right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the first step, which is to stitch the placement stitch. You always stitch the placement stitch. So go ahead and stitch that. I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Hi guys, so here it is. You can see the placement stitch is on here, right here. I guess I kind of chose a light color, sorry. But it is right here. This is your placement stitch for your vinyl. So you just need your ruler. You can measure across right here on how wide you want to make your vinyl. This is barely, you do there, it's a little bit less than 1 inch. I'm not very frugal. I'd rather not have to stress exactly my placement, so I'll probably do bigger than 1 inch, probably like 1.25 inches. You can do whatever you want. This is where you can measure it though. Everyone's asking, how do you know how big to make it? Well, it's right there, your placement stitch. So I also use this cutter right here. This is a Fiskars cutter, and it's an older model, but I like it because it has this cutter right here, and it cuts my vinyl just fine. So I go ahead and put this in here, and I'm going to measure. My measurement is measured a little bit bigger than 1 inch is what I go with. So I'm going to do right there, and then I just go back and forth, and then if it gets stuck like this, I just go ahead and cut that one little piece, and there I have my piece of vinyl ready to go. You need 2 pieces of vinyl this same size because you need the back as well, so I'm just going to cut the back right now while we're here. So here's my other vinyl, and I'm just going to do my little bigger than an inch. And it comes off. There's always a little bit of string right here, so I'm just gonna go like that. There we go. Now we are ready to go. We have our 2 pieces of vinyl. Now we're gonna go back to the machine. We are back on our machine. The next step is gonna tack down your vinyl. So you need to put your vinyl down. You wanna make sure your vinyl is bigger than this placement stitch. So just put it on here and make sure that it covers all of your placement stitches. And that's all you're gonna do right now. And you're gonna go ahead and stitch step 2, which is your tack down. I'll come back and show you. Tacked your vinyl down, but it also was your placement step for your fabric. So this is where you put your fabric, and this is how big you want it. So you can take a ruler and measure this. I'm just gonna go ahead and put my fabric right over it. Now you are more than welcome to put something behind this. All I did was cut a piece of fabric and I ironed it. If you want this thicker, you're more than welcome to use like an interfacing, like a fusible interfacing on the back of this, and it will make it a little thicker. I don't, because it's being attached to vinyl, which is thick enough, and it has worked just fine. So I am going to go ahead and just make sure your fabric is big enough to go over your placement stitches. That's all you need to worry about. So I am placing it right here. And then you're going to go ahead and run step 3, which is going to go ahead and tack down this fabric to your vinyl. I will come back and show you. Okay guys, this is what it looks like right here. It went ahead and tacked that down. Now this is applique, so like any other applique, you're going to cut all the, you don't need to cut the ends, but you need to cut the sides because they're going to be satin stitches on either one of these sides. So I use applique scissors, which are curved, and I just start cutting right next to the stitches right here. So I just kind of hold it up and I cut as close as I can get without cutting the stitches that are there. You want to get all the fabric away that you can so you don't see it on the other side of your satin stitches, which are going to stitch next. Okay, we are almost there. Now you can cut down here if you want. It's not going to matter because this fabric's going to go into the end of your hardware, so I'm not so worried about cutting that close, but it is cut close enough, you can see. So it's all cut right there. All that fabric's gone. Now we're going to bring it back over the machine. I'll show you what we're doing next. Guys, we're back on my machine, and I originally had like a cream in here. That's from the last project. I didn't really care because you're not going to see those stitches. You are going to see your satin stitches, so make sure you change your thread to whatever color you want to see. I changed mine to white because I want it white, but we are going to go ahead and run the next step, which is step 4, and it's going to go ahead and do all those satin stitches. Now it's going to run all the way up and all the way down, so it's doing both sides, so it's going to take a little while for this step to run, but we are at satin stitches time, so go ahead and run step 4. I'll show you when I get back. Okay guys, this is what it looks like. It went ahead and did that satin stitch on either side of your fabric. Now you're going to flip your hoop over to the back side of your hoop, and you can see your placement stitch right here still. You are going to take our other piece of vinyl, and we're going to make sure that this is completely covering all the placement stitches. And it is, and then you're going to tape it down because this is on the underneath of your hoop. So I'm just going to get some tape, and I just use regular old masking tape. Just making sure that covers, it's kind of close there. Okay, you can tape it down as much as you want to just make sure it's staying in place. Okay, now we're going to go back to our machine, and we're going to stitch the very last step, which is just going to tack the front of your vinyl design to the back of your vinyl design, and then we are done stitching. So I'm going to go stitch that. I'll come back and show you what we do next. Okay guys, this is what it looks like. This is what the front of your hoop looks like. It's all stitched, and then this is what the back of your hoop looks like right here. So we are all stitched. We are ready to take this off our hoop, so I'm going to go ahead and take it off. And then I take all the stabilizer off. And I pull all this tape and other stuff off. Just get it out of your way. Sorry, I'll move that in a second. Get all these tapes off. Okay. Okay, now you can do a couple things. You are more than welcome, let me find it, to use like a rotary cutter like this. You can use this with like a clear ruler on a mat and cut it to try to get your cut straight. The thing that I do is I just use scissors and I just cut close to the stitch line without cutting the stitch line. And I get it pretty straight by doing it that way. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to just hurry up and try get this cut. I just do like long cuts. If you do a whole bunch of short cuts, it's going to look more choppy, I think. And you don't need this much on the end. I'm just going to cut some of that off. And then I'm going to cut this side. And close enough, hold on. Okay, I'm going to just cut some of this side. Okay, and I'm going to make this straight. This isn't straight. Okay, and there you have it. It is cut. Now what you're going to do next is you're going to take your hardware. I'll move this out of the way. So this was the 1-inch one, so I'm going to take my 1-inch hardware. It comes with a loop, and then I just put it on this other bag, but it comes like this, so it has a loop with it. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this over because this is what direction I'm doing it. Now some people have been talking about these coming out of the, like one side. You see how one side has prongs and one side does not. I'm guessing it's coming out of this side, the one without the prongs. Some people are saying that they're sewing right here so it stays together, so it won't pull out because the prong side stuck really good and the other side won't come out because it's sewn. The other thing somebody also said is they've put a rivet through here, like right here, so they stay together and you won't have that problem. I haven't done it on any of mine. I haven't had any of mine pull out. The other thing that's kind of helpful is to use like these so you can get it really tight. But those are some of your options if you're having any issues. So the hardest part, I think, is keeping it lined up because mine kind of scoots around on me. So basically all you do is, now you're going to want to pay attention to, this is the back side. See how it has holes? This side's smooth, and you want to make sure you have it on the right side. Like if you have a directional fabric or if you put a name or something on here, you're going to want to make sure that you pay attention to that. Mine looks identical on either side. This side's actually kind of prettier right there. So put the smooth side on the side that you want to be your front. Okay, so I'm just going to get it just like that. And then I take like, this is just some vinyl that I have left over, and I'm going to put it over here. I actually probably don't have to do that with this because this has rubber on it. I was using just a jewelry pliers and it was scratching it up. So, but I did go ahead and buy this tool and it has rubber on it. So I'm just going to get that side a little bit closed, and then I'm going to get this side a little bit closed, and then I'm going to really like crank on it once I get it where I want it. I'm not the best at lining these up. There, and then I'm going to go over the top, and then I'm really just going to squeeze to get it really down. Okay, so you can see that it didn't bend, like make bends in here. It's completely on. It's not pulling out. So this is how you make it. It's really super fast project. It really makes a difference on these bags. So I was going to show you different ways to attach it, some different things I've been doing. So this is one way. So when you make your bag right here, and there's tutorials on the bags and how to add fold over elastic. This is fold over elastic right here. Fold over elastic is pretty much just stretchy, pretty elastic. This one's kind of a pretty silvery one. There's lots of it out there. You can pick different ones. So I attached the loop and the fold over elastic while I was making the bag. And then when the bag's done, then I just hooked this onto the loop. So I can pull this on and off of this bag. So that is one way that you can attach these. They end up looking really super cute. So there's that one. The other way you can do it, if you didn't put a loop on anywhere and there's nowhere to attach it, I put the loop on here and then I put it directly on the zipper. So you can open the zipper with it. It ends up being a zipper opener, but then it also goes around your wrist and you can carry the bag that way. Okay, so that's the other way. You can directly attach it to the zipper, or the zipper. Now the other way you can do it when you're making a bag, this is a bag I made, and this isn't fold over elastic, this is actually part of the vinyl that I just folded over. I attached it to this LOBSTER swivel D. It's called a D, LOBSTER swivel clasp is what it's called. And what I do here is you can just go ahead and clip it on like this. So it is clipped on to your bag like that. So you can see what it looks like. Okay, so that is also another way you can do it. So I hope this tutorial has helped you. If you have any questions, let me know. If you need the links, go into the see more, like, so you're under this video. If you look down, it has my name and it has some writing, but if there's a little thing right there that says show more, if you click that show more, it shows you a bunch of the links to this design. It will get you directly to this design. If you don't have it, again, this is Parker on the Porch's design. And then again, if you want the hardware, that is in Parker on the Porch's website. It has the links for what size you want. Remember, this is the 1-inch one. And it also has a lot of links to the vinyls I use in different products if you want to choose any of those links. But also, if you want to be notified of any videos that I do, go ahead and subscribe and click on the little bell. It will let you know when I upload a new video. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this.